Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a tag video for you guys, and this is the first time tag questions. Hello! Question number 1, what was your first tweet? I genuinely don't know how to get to the bottom of all my tweets. Just spent a good 5 minutes scrolling and I'm still not anywhere near my first tweet, so I don't know what my first tweet was. It was probably something along the lines of, I don't know how to use Twitter, because I remember getting Twitter and thinking, what is this? How does this work? Why is there a bird in the corner? What's going on? Why is it called Twitter? What's a tweet? What was your first YouTube video? My first YouTube video was called My First YouTube Video. I know, inventive. It was me sitting at a little desk and I'd found some articles in a newspaper that I thought were real funny, which they really were. And I sat and talked about them with my non-eyebrows because I overplucked, as we all have at some point in our lives. So remember, I sweated a lot when I filmed my first video, because if you're not used to just talking to a camera, it's weird. It's really strange just talking to a camera, but you've just got to get it into your head that you're not talking to a camera, you're talking to humans. I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, my first video was very awkward and weird, and I look really strange in it. I don't know why, I just really look really weird in it. Alright, I'm going to leave the link for you below. So if you want to go check out my weird eyebrows, you're more than welcome. Number 3, the first person you subscribed to on YouTube. You know, I think it was Deji, Comedy Shorts Gamer, or it could have been Bunny Mare, as in Graveyard Girl. Number 4, your first Facebook profile picture. I'm going to put it up for you. Let's see if I can find it on my phone so I know what I'm getting myself into first. Oh my god. This is a picture of me from 2007. I'm pretty sure this was on my MySpace page as well. This was 10 years ago. This was literally 10 years ago. So this is me 10 years ago with really high exposure, so it looks like I have no nose, and black hair in my mum's room taking pictures because I'm cool like that. Where'd you take pictures? On my parents' bed. The only makeup I used to wear back then was black eyeliner. That's it, guys. There was nothing else. I've accidentally deleted the tag thing. For the love of God, what's wrong with me? Don't mind me while I ruin everything. Okay. What was your first alcoholic drink? I'm pretty sure it was a brandy and Coke, because that's like my parents' drink. Even now, on a Friday night, they get like a tumbler of Coke and have like a good old shot of brandy in there, and they have a great old time. And I remember being younger and being really curious about what that brown stuff was, and it smelt weird, so I tried it and I hated it, and I still do not like brandy. It's just horrendous. I'm 25 and I ain't touching any brandy or whiskey. It's just not for me. Stay classy. My neck just totally clicked. Did you hear that? My hair could have like fallen off. Could have broken my spine. What was your first job? My first job, I worked in a fancy dress shop, which was the best. I would dress up as Snow White on a random day. I also remember being a pot of mustard for a while, just in the day, wandered around being a pot of mustard. Being Snow White was good because I had the wig and the dress, it was the whole shebang, and kids thought I was actually her. It was bloody great. It also sold like haberdashery stuff, so it was stuff to like fix and make dresses and material and sewing materials. Imagine walking into a shop and then seeing Snow White knitting a scarf. That was my job. That's what I did, guys. What was your first car? My first car was a grey Nissan Micra, because you know, I have no money. That was only like 2 years ago. But I really liked that car. It was like driving a Dodgem, because there was just like no give on it. You could just do what you liked. It was bloody great. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? It was actually my sister's friend, because she was in my dream and we were at a spa, because I'm classy like that. I'm not classy like that. Who was your first teacher? I'm blanking right now. I don't know. I wish my mum was here. She would know all the answers to everything. Where did you go on your first ride on an aeroplane? I went to Cyprus to visit my family. That was the first time I went on a plane. I was quite old. I think I was like 14. I remember getting on the plane going, well, this is the end. This doesn't feel safe. What's going on? How are we in the air? Just being really all round confused. But yeah, it was fun. They gave me some peanuts, because it was back in the day when you were allowed peanuts on planes. But we didn't get a meal because the flight was too short, so I was a little bit upset. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? I don't remember like much of being young, but the first best friend I remember was from primary school, and then she left, and no, we don't talk anymore. And then I got another best friend and thought, I'm totally in here, and then she left too, and they moved to the same place. What are the chances? It's like they were talking and be like, how can we get away from Alice? She's really annoying. Where was your first sleepover? I don't know. I remember in year 6 we went away for a school trip, so I must have been like 11, and we went to like the Isle of Wight and lived life up to the fullest. Woo-hoo. Took a camera roll. You know when you take those little cameras that you used to wind on? Anyone from the 90s will know what I'm talking about. And you take all the pictures on the coach, and then you just have no camera for the rest of your trip. And every picture was like me with my finger over the camera lens, me with the finger over the flash, me with the camera the wrong way around. You know, everything was out of focus, blurry and great. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's the first thing you do in the morning. I turn off my alarm and I go brush my teeth and wash my face every day. And then I go make coffee because it's the next best thing. What was the first concert you ever went to? Oh, I know, my sister is going to be so excited about this question because she loves bigging us up. The first concert I went to was Busted because I was just that cool. I went with my parents and my sister. It was really, really fun, and I remember turning around at one point to like look at my parents, make sure they were still there and all alright. My dad was just sitting there like this. Literally just came to sit with his arms folded and go, and then I looked around the room and there's like half the audience was just fathers looking pissed off. It was really great. I had a bloody great time there. First bone broken, that's really hard to say, and I just had to edit out me nearly saying boner. I'm just to be honest with you there. I've never broken a bone in my body, and I don't know how. I remember one time my mum thought I'd broken something. I think it was my leg or my arm or something, and this is the only time she ever took me to the hospital. She took me there in my pram, so I was quite little. She said I must have been like 2 or 3. We got there and I was like, Mum, I'm honestly, I think I've broken something. So she took me to the hospital in my pram. We got there and then there was a little kid there, and I got out of the chair and started running after him. And Mum was like, I thought you were hurt. Turns out I just wanted some attention. We never went to the hospital again for anything because my mum's a nurse. She was like, this bitch don't need the hospital, get back in your pram. First piercing. My first piercing was literally the first lobe piercing in my ear. I was about 14, 15, which is quite late. I went to get my second piercing done. I had a dream that I'd asked my mum and my mum had said yes. And I thought it was real life, genuinely thought it was real life because I'm a fool. And I went and got it done, and then I went home, I was like, Mum, look, I got my second piercing. And she went, I did not say you could have a second piercing. And I went, you did, we were standing here and you were there. And she went, that never happened. And I went, oh, it was a dream. And she was like looking at me like, what's actually wrong with you? How can you not distinguish a dream from real life? The first movie you remember seeing? Ooh, that's interesting. It was probably Mary Poppins. Bloody Mary Bobbins. Love Mary Poppins. It's just one of those films that you watch at Christmas and Easter time, and you know all the words and you take the mick out of those whiny English kids. Would you like a drink, Mary Poppins? When was your first detention? For the first like 2 years of school, I was really, really quiet and I obliged by all the rules. So the first detention was probably something stupid, like I was sitting next to someone who was talking. Because I lived like over 10 miles away from my school, I panicked that if I'd missed my train, I was just gonna die. That was it, I'd be trapped in school forever. I didn't ever think about the prospect of the second train, or the train after that, or the train after that. I just remember getting a detention and then having my massive backpack with everything I own in it and all my books for school, and thinking, I've got a detention and I'm gonna miss my train and then I'm gonna die. It's just so dumb. Who was your first roommate? Well, it was this girl, and she apparently was my sister called Megan, and she just made a bloody mess. Yeah, it was just my sister. I don't have a roommate, it was just in my room. We shared a room the whole time she was here, and now she's moved away because she's mean. First thing you do when you get home, I just take off all my work clothes and then dump them in the bin. Not in the actual bin, in the washing basket. Because you know when you just get home and you just want to get the smell of work off you. So that was it, guys. That was my first time tag. If you want to do it, then I'll put the questions below for you guys. Right below, right in the drop down bit, right under here, with the little arrow thing, here or here. Here? Is it mirrored? I don't know how YouTube works. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can do it on Facebook. You can do it on MySpace if you're old school. Do you remember Bebo? What was that? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.